All right, giving it a whirl, Mrs. Ryan.
Okie dokie.
Rolling the thing, pushing the button. My thumb, my phone went ding. All right. Present. Like I said, I have to change it all anyway. So.
Yeah.
Good call, Mrs. Ryan. Forgive me while I get a little.
I'm present today.
I know you've got everything going on. Good for you.
Look at me.
Hello.
All the wheels turning.
Oh,
hello, hello.
There we go. Beautiful. Hello, Mrs. Ryan.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm the way.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot right there. I'll do this first.
Okay.
I don't have my glasses or anything. We don't have a guest yet. Everything's going on here. Welcome back. Good evening, everybody. Today is Tuesday, March 12th, 2019. My name is Jay Ryan. This is Nicole Ryan. We are the Ryans, and this is It's Tonight Show. Welcome back. We may or may not have a guest tonight. Our guest is supposed to be Randy Kagan. Kagan. Maybe that's why he's not showing up. Is it really Kagan?
Yes.
I wrote Kagan on everything, so that works out well.
Oh, that'd be great. We'll update everything later.
Anyway, Mr. Kagan is stuck in traffic or something. We're trying to figure it out. His booker is trying to wrangle him as we speak.
On the case.
But in the meantime, we pushed the button and we're doing a show because that's what we do now. Now, Mrs. Ryan, how the hell are you doing?
Well, feeling great. Mentally feeling great. I'm feeling a lot less pain today. I know it's there. It feels like something else, but I now know how to deal with it better sometimes.
What shows on your face just appears to be genuine cheer and happiness and stuff, and sometimes that doesn't get to show through your pain and your physical stuff.
Today's a really good day of like when good things happen and I'm in a good mood. I feel so much better. I've lost a couple pounds. Like I should be falling down more. Like
you are a little wobbly with the loss of a couple pounds. I've noticed that too.
Well,
but your attitude seems to be like, I'm just doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. When I get
just
more,
take care of yourself though too.
When I walk more consistently, like a little bit more, and my legs aren't so stiff, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. So it's the atrophy really more than anything else. All right.
Once I get up and moving around.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Mrs. Ryan, there's a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm trying to think. Before I even go down the list here of like our normal show stuff, stretch. We should probably talk about this weekend because it was a little bit different for us.
Yes.
Starting with Breakfast Club on Friday.
Yeah.
Bust. No Breakfast Club on Friday.
First one ever.
Newcomb's was closed. It happens once a year, apparently. One time it was rain last year during the Lit show.
Oh, that one when we went to Patty's.
Yep. And then this year was the week after the Lit show, ironically.
Oh, well then, okay.
But weather-wise, both times, I guess. That's weird. Anyway, Newcomb's was closed, got all the way up there, and we met a bunch of Porsches up there, and then passed 16 Porsches on the way back. 16. It would have been a big day. But whatever. So we didn't do Breakfast Club on Friday. Sorry if we missed anybody. Got a lot of waves on the road. Yeah. Saturday, I can't remember. We did something on Saturday. And Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember. One of those. We went to the PCA San Gabriel.
Saturday.
Okay. It's not as hard as I make it. But it Porsche Club of America, San Gabriel Valley region. Our good friend Jose, Joe Cortez, is the president over there, and he invited us at Cameron Seafood. They're meeting now. It used to be at Mimi's, and now they're meeting at that nice Cameron Seafood, and he invited us to come check it out, so we did, and it was great. It was nice to see a bunch of people, and great cars, great turnout, huge turnout, and G-Body 911s was their, the car of choice for the.
Oh, was that the deal?
Yeah, they kind of do a different specialty every time. I think that's a little play on Dick Douglas's Cone Zone down there in the GPX region. We love you guys too. But it was fun. It was really nice because we hadn't done that type of like a breakfast meeting in a while. And Sean Lindauer came with us, and Fajita the Frenchie, which was nice. So we kind of crashed the party a little bit. I hope you guys don't mind. We crashed the party.
I love that little table that we put up in the back, out of the way.
In the front, yeah. Hopefully, we were like in the nose. It wouldn't be nosebleeds. What do you call the front row of a theater when you're
near the orchestra when you're like
in a movie theater though, when you're like you're right up at the screen.
First row.
Is that just all it is?
Yeah.
Oh. When you're in the first row. All right, well, let's get right to it because also what happened this morning was McGold photo shoot finally hit on Silodrome, and I think that's who was texting before. He's trying to see if it may go up on some other outlets as well. It may get picked up, which would be really cool because apparently the reception's pretty good.
It's a great article, and I really feel like it harkens back to my original days of PR, so I'm really grateful. It's thoughtful and fleshed out. It's not just a BuzzFeed listicle.
I literally said, beautiful and kind article, Mark. Thanks so much. That's what I sent to him because it was. He captured us so well, I thought. You know what I mean? And as much as of the story as you could tell in just a few, blurbs a little bit. But it warmed my heart a little bit. So anyway, all right, so let's talk about that. Let's look at some of the photos we couldn't show you previously. We've talked about the, let's do this. Yeah, I'm going to show you the photos first.
Okay. They're so good.
Yeah, I'll have to. You know what? I'm gonna play the video first, just because it makes more sense.
Okay.
This was the behind the scenes. We've played it on the show before. Forgive us, we're out of sorts today. I told you. Stretching. This phone may or may not ring. We may or may not have a guest.
Whatever.
Hang in there. We played this on the show once before, but now that the article's out, hopefully it's a little bit more of the other side. Behind the scenes. Totes McGold. Roll it out.
Very good day.
Yeah, I thought I saw a flurry before. Pretty sure now. Hi, Mrs. Ryan. There's our buddies. Gonna get us out of here safely. Totes McGold.
I forgot how early that was. What a fun day.
Yeah, that was really cool, wasn't it? And it was a little bit of everything because it was nice when we left. It was pretty nice at the bottom, and I think, where did we meet at the gas station? And he was kind of like, I think it's gonna be good weather today.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be so pretty.
And it was so pretty.
It was
oh my
so
gosh,
pretty.
beautiful. Like you couldn't. I mean, you can't schedule a day like that.
No,
it wouldn't have happened if we wanted it to.
Fantastic.
All right, so and I loaded a couple pictures in while we were watching that.
Oh yeah.
These are just some of the images. There's so many beautiful images that he took, but here's just a few of my favorites. Look at that.
Yeah, so pretty.
This was after I passed him, almost hit a camera car, that nice brand new Subaru that stops no problem in the snow, and our sled just keeps on pushing. I just give it a little juice and went around. I love that too, because you can't get that on a normal car because it'd be hot from the engine. Look at that. So cool. Marc Goldbaum, you are awesome, man. Thank you so
Really
much.
awesome.
The photos are great. The coverage is awesome. But what a fun time, I guess, working with you. It was hardly work. It was kind of just, we were just there. Everyone was complimenting us and what we did, and we just showed up.
That's the best work day.
Yeah. It was amazing. It was really, really fun.
Awesome. Thanks.
So thank you to Marc Goldbaum, of course. Thank you to Silodrome. We'll wait on the other outlets, see if that happens. Huge thank yous to, of course, Caltrans District 7, as usual, for maintaining Angeles Crest and waving at us and loving us the same way we love you. It's an incredible symbiotic relationship we're very, very proud to have. Same thing goes for U.S. Forest Service, Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, Los Angeles County Fire Department, and CHP. All of those entities and agencies, we have a symbiotic relationship, and they allow our Breakfast Club events to happen, quite frankly.
Yeah, it is. It's so fun to wave at everybody. It's such a fun community to be part of,
That's
and you
it.
guys help make it like that. So
Somehow we turned a little bit of Los Angeles into a small town.
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's nice.
Thank you.
So that's amazing. Sorry to spend so much time on it, but we're pretty proud of it, and it's a big deal for us. So
It's a big deal to do something like that out in a big city, I think.
oh, that's a good point. Just because, well, that's what I was saying. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's unusual. And back in the old days, Meryl Marco used to, go through the yellow pages and find bits for the old late night show, and that was one of the things she sort of did. She found the little things in the big city that made the big city feel more like a small town, and somehow it made the whole process more relatable to everyone.
I get that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Everybody knows what it's like to have family. Everybody knows what it's like to, you know what I mean? Good or bad or otherwise, that's what these people are, our mountain family.
Yeah.
We all love each other and annoy the crap out of each other, but we keep showing up and I don't know, I guess back to we love
That's
each
what
other.
love's about. I said that to someone, like, there's days that you're like, what the hell? And that's what love's about. You just show up. It's doing the work. It's showing up. It's being part of your life. That's amazing to be part of that life.
And we're grateful that our life
Yeah.
is what it is these days, considering we didn't think it would be here at all
Yeah.
at this point.
Then there's that.
And to have a future bright and to know that like a lot of our struggles and worries and things that we've been carrying for a long time are about to be relieved is kind of it's an amazing time. We're grateful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thanks,
everybody
guys.
who watches us, who looks at our photos, who likes our photos. Just everybody who cares about us even a little bit, and we're finding out that it's a much bigger group of people than we thought it was. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Spreading the love, Mrs. Ryan. I'd like to. Well, geez, we still don't have a guest. Maybe we should. Do you want to do what's going on, or should we check in with the East Coast?
Let's check in on the East Coast, and I'll look at my phone while we're doing that.
Okay. Good call. All right, and the front door still has not rung, so this may
Okay.
be just life with the Ryans.
Okay.
And I'm really excited about that. Here, before I even get to that, I don't fucking care because we're stacked with guests. It's almost like today's a break. Tomorrow we've got Stephanie Curtis, who's back. She was a great guest recently. You all liked her. She came and talked about fashion and cannabis, and she talked about a lot of stuff, actually. She's a very, very interesting person, and I found that you guys really hit it off nice.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's going to be here tomorrow. But more importantly, next week is effing stacked. We've got Nick Hunziker on Monday, Wayne
Amazing.
Fetterman on Tuesday, Dan Brunn, architect, Porsche guy, on Wednesday, and wrapping it up, John Benton on Thursday.
Yeah.
So good grief.
Busy.
I don't care if you watch this week or not. Watch next week. Holy smokes.
Lots coming up.
It's good, right? It feels
Yeah.
like a real show.
It is a real show.
And it looks like a real show now. Has everyone else, we'll get to the East Coast feed in a minute. Has everyone else noticed our new... We had some geometrists come in over the weekend and rebuild our studio. I don't know how much you can see from these shots here, but it's really quite nice. We're very happy with it.
Beautimous.
And with that, everything else was tweaked as well. So we sort of feel like we have a new studio yet again. And
Yeah.
all the lighting's different. Everything's a little bit different, but
Always.
it feels good, right? Mm-hmm. All right, East Coast feed. Oh, shit, except we don't call it that anymore. What am I going to do? All right, check in with Brooke and the Kazmen. Hang on. Back to the studio, Hal. All right, back to the studio. Real quick, I should probably mention, I don't think we've ever talked about this before, but Kaz makes cookies.
Yes. Mm-hmm. We have not talked about that.
I don't think we should, but I just want to let everyone know that Kaz makes cookies.
Okay.
So that's what's going on in this first clip.
Okie doke.
All right. Making cookies. Check in with Brooke and the Kazman. Roll it, Hal.
Oh my god. All right, Brooke, the Kazman, the other Kazman. It's what day is it?
I don't know.
Well, whatever. It doesn't really matter.
Thursday, 11/11, Make a
We've
Wish.
been watching Hill House for hours. Yeah, 11/11, Make a Wish. 111. That's you guys. Yeah, there you go. We were just watching Hill House for hours while Brooke was like hiding her fucking eyes because she can't handle anything that's scary ever. Did you notice that they're twinsies? They're wearing the damn Ray Charles sweatshirts. Look at that. Boom. Bam. Look at that. We didn't even plan that shit out.
Boom.
But whatever. Want to send you guys some random love from Brooke, the Kazman, and the Kazman. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
By the way, Dana's sleeping.
Hi, you guys. Hilarious.
Hi, you guys. A lot of love there for sure, but that was definitely, and you could even see the cookies being made in the background. How about that Brooke?
Yeah.
Always smiling or hiding her face. It's one or the other. She either
One or the
smiling
other.
or hiding her face. I would like to talk about Mikey Kaz there for a second because
The brother.
The brother who's a firefighter who runs children's programs at the Y. Who all he does is help people in this world. He's an incredible human being.
Yeah.
But one of his really good friends we haven't talked about on the show before because the reason they're friends it wasn't public, but now it's very public because this person started a clothing line and an entire merch, like a whole big thing around
Really?
the subject that I thought was a secret. So now it's out. You're gonna have to help me with the name though because I don't know the actual guy. But one of his best friends is Sofia Vergara's husband Joe.
Mangello.
Oh, that's it. I thought Manganello. Okay,
It's spelled
Joe.
weird. It's
anyway,
Italian.
nice guy. But they're really good Dungeons and Dragons friends, and they've been forever. How funny is that?
That is crazy. I did not know about the clothing line.
Oh yeah, well I wouldn't. We haven't talked about it previously because I didn't know if we were allowed to out Joe as being a Dungeons and Dragons guy. But now he's going on all the talk shows and talking about it. He was on Colbert talking about it and everything else. So.
Oh, then fair game.
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons are a thing. I did
it's-
not know.
I don't think it ever went away. I think it was just sort of under the radar, and guys like that are bringing it back. But it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat that that Danbury
Mikey
Drive,
Kaz.
yeah, Junior, whatever. The other Kazman, I think is how they referred to him, is playing Dungeons and Dragons with the,
That's awesome.
Well,
Way to bridge that.
I very unfairly called him Sofia Vergara's husband. That's incredibly insulting. The man is incredibly talented, incredibly kind, and has a huge career of his own.
Huge
he's
career.
Like, he's
I believe
one
he's
of
in
the
a
superheroes.
Marvel
He's in, I think, a
movie.
few Marvel movies.
So FYI, like
Everyone else
I
knows
have
him from
no
that.
idea.
He's my friend's friend.
Yeah. And I don't watch those movies, but apparently he's a big deal. But he's very pretty.
Yeah, he is. And just a nice guy. Anyway,
Yeah.
all over the place. It's kind of funny. It's sort of like the old show. Like, what are we doing? I don't know. Blah!
That's what everyone loves.
All right, Mrs. Ryan, let's check in with those same cats again.
Okay.
I think we're going to add the little munchkin in this one
Oh, yeah.
because there was some parental approval given.
Oh.
No drama. Things don't always work out for the Kazman, but he always makes some lemonade. So let's check in and see what happens. Roll it, Hal. Brooke and the Kazman.
Kazman, Coraline, and Unky Mike on a road trip to Jersey. But, newsflash, road trip didn't happen. It got canceled while on the road. So we're headed back to Danbury. And then we're going to go to the movies. Monkey, what are we going to go see? The Dragon movie. Very exciting. That's it. Love you guys. See ya.
Oh, so cute. It's so cute to hear her because I just see Facebook and there's like photos that are adorable. So
You've never met her?
no,
Yeah, all right.
Just
So
in
when
the
I
belly.
met her, I was, holding her.
yeah,
Like, learned that, you got to roll a baby down so they don't cry. Like, that's old she was when
That's how
when I
little
saw
she
her
was.
last. Yeah. So, that's all I'm saying. What movie you want to go see? This one. Like, okay. She's a fully formed little person right now. Crazy.
it's incredible to watch.
There's another one I wasn't going to get to because of time, but
We
we
have
nothing
all the
but
time in the
now,
world.
right? And I believe it's the movie they went to. So as long as I loaded it in here, which I did, let's check in for the third time with Brooke and the Kazman.
Okay.
Roll it out.
Brooke and the Kazman coming to you live from Applebee's. There's Kenny. There's Big Kenny. You got Alberto. Al, what's up? And there's Dana Dane.
Yo, how you
Where's Dina? Dina, say hi. There you go. There's Kenny in it. So we're all headed to Captain Marvel tonight.
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel.
The podcast.
We do a podcast. That's how we roll. That's how we roll. There it is. So we're going to send you guys some random love for Applebee's.
Yeah, no.
Dina, you want to say hi to everybody? There you go. She just it is Monday. You can come visit Dina. She's off Tuesday and Wednesday. Back on Thursday. FYI. In case you're in the Danbury area, the greater Danbury area, this is how we roll. Love you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, is this mic on? Oh, geez, I hope not.
Oopsie daisy. I don't think so.
We're doing a little.
Little sidebar.
We're discussing. We're discussing what's going on up there and things that we see between the lines.
Yeah.
Brooke knows what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brooke knows. Hi, Brooke.
So that's a different. I was wrong. It was a different movie. It was a different crew.
That was a totally
So they just go to movies all the time.
They like movies.
I love them. I love them. I love them. All right, Mrs. Ryan, I have nothing else to throw at the wall, so
Wow.
it's the time to ask the question. It's the time to ask the question that's on the minds of everyone. I feel like we're high today. I don't know. Isn't it a little weird in here? Is it like the? It feels like the cat's away, and like we're just turn the stuff on and go. How does this work?
Looser, almost like the SNL after a really good one.
Oh, that's funny.
We know there's a great week coming up.
Did anyone watch SNL this week?
I hope so.
Can we talk about SNL from this week?
Let's.
Did anyone see? Let's back up. Did anyone see SNL last week with John Mulaney?
I loved
One of the best SNLs in a long time, right?
Yeah.
Totally agree.
In years.
Yeah. I mean, it was like a homecoming, of course, because he, used to be there all the time. I don't know. This week was Idris Elba, who I love. So great, so talented, so talented. You did not get to see his talent this week on Saturday Night Live.
Was not utilized at its fullest.
All the cast members seemed to have a good time with it, from what I read. Leslie Jones and everybody, they were having a blast having him around and everything. But it becomes, after such a solid show like the one before, it's almost like the Spaghetti Week show where you just throw stuff at the wall and whatever. Maybe you get some new bits out of it. Maybe nothing works. Maybe something works. And I don't know. Idris Elba is not an improv type performer.
No expectations.
He is an incredibly
man.
classically trained theater performer who gives an amazing performance. He kept trying to act. Most people don't know this. One of my first jobs in the business was at Saturday Night Live, and you don't look at the other actors when you're on Saturday Night Live. You act to the cue cards that are beyond the actors that we don't see on the set. So Mrs. Ryan would be looking here, and I would be looking, over there. Whenever there's a good actor on the show, they have a very difficult time with that because they want to act. So they want to create a moment with the other person. They want more back from the other person in order to generate their character. SNL does not work that way.
The real SNL people are like...
Yeah, they don't need it. No, you just create your thing, and whatever it is, and you don't let anyone else affect you.
Yeah.
And actors, want the give and take. So what you end up seeing is somebody who's reading the lines, and then they try to act to the person, and they go back to the lines, and they try to act to the person, and they go back. It's just brutal.
This sounds kind of funny.
Yeah, it's not the process, but it is funny to watch.
Yeah.
My favorite, Leslie Jones getting in that water tank with the magician. That's the best, right? Kudos to Leslie Jones. Jones. We've met, but I don't know you. I am a massive fan. I love what you're doing. I love how you put yourself in all of your work.
Agreed.
Kudos. And you were by far one of the highlights of this week's episode for me.
Agreed. So much fun she has.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mrs. Ryan. It's time to ask the question that's on everyone's mind. What's going on?
A lot of articles and headlines out there about the Earth and the weather are interesting. I'll just say that. And there's a lot of scientific studying going on and being done. That's awesome. It's very cool. But some of the geoengineering theories and ideas that are being talked about being implemented, it was a nice reminder to me that nerds don't always watch movies. And I know that we talk to a lot of nerds, so I would like to recommend a few before we start implementing this, we can dim the sun shit.
I don't want to go too far. I just want to say that I don't know any nerds that don't watch a lot of movies.
We might watch different kinds.
Oh, okay.
And so I'd like to bridge the gap or just suggest that we pay attention and not have phones out.
I love it, but I definitely want to hear your suggestions for what the picks are.
Here's the thing. The one that really struck me immediately when this was like geoengineering dim the sun nonsense, just take a gander at something like Bruce Almighty. It's probably not everyone's cup of tea, and I know Jim Carrey's, some people I think he's amazing. I love that guy.
Bruce Almighty's a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie, and the director I love, Tom Shadyac. So just look at, it's kind of like you get to try stuff out before you buy.
What are you saying?
They go through in that movie, Bruce Almighty, like he plays with moving the moon and like that the water gets higher and like there's effects.
A lot of religious stuff, a lot of biblical stuff happening in modern times with this, in a cartoony kind of way. Yeah,
and they show the scientific implications. So before we start being like, we can make something that makes the sun good, just take a look at some of the movies and see the theories there before you just start doing shit.
Are you talking about doing research before reinventing the wheel? Is that what we're talking about?
There was a great thing we watched with Kathy Griffin the other day about plastic surgery, and I really have not stopped thinking about it since.
I'm going to mention it only because it was Paul Provenza's Green Room it was a specific episode with a guest we had last week was on that show. It was Dylan Brody.
Dylan Brody.
So we watched that episode after he was on the show.
Yeah.
Because that's how we do our research. And he was in that one with Kathy Griffin.
Well,
Greg Proops. And great.
Yeah. I remembered after, sorry, I'm late to the game on this one.
Franklin Ajay, I would be remiss if I didn't mention him from a personal standpoint because he's so good. Sorry, go ahead.
She did all of that stuff for press purposes. So it was all
plastic
looked at.
surgery?
Yes, it was all like People magazine and everything was looked at with a microscope. So it's really
she did that
good
for?
plastic surgery. I worked with her publicist at the time. I knew then. It's a visibility thing, but it's a really real, authentic. Like, women change their bodies, man. They do weird shit. She's done almost everything.
The episode was from 2011 that we watched yesterday, but she did say everything but her boobs at that point.
Yeah.
She had done everything but her boobs.
Yeah, so it's a nice way to try before you buy by exploring other people's experiences versus someone who has had bad plastic surgery. I think we all know that person. Just look around. Look at movies for scientific things like that. It's really not helpful, but it helps me. There you go. Full circle.
I love you. I think it's great. I can't follow it, but I think you're great. Period. I think you're just so great.
Thanks. Harley Davidson is trying to figure out how to play the electronic game too.
Oh no!
I know it's weird, but what I love.
Harley app or something? What do you mean?
No, they're looking in the electric vehicle space.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. They've had electric bikes forever. Harley should do that. That makes sense.
But what I loved about, I couldn't find a ton about it, so I love that they're not just getting on the bandwagon. There's like little pieces that are getting spread out about the neat, cool things that they're implementing and exploring with electronic functions.
I think this is how they have to do it, right? Porsche's sort of the same way.
It reminded me.
You say electric 911 and the entire world's going to blow up. But if you blah, 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 leak it out over 20 years and then all of a sudden the only 911's electric, it's kind of like, well, yeah, fine. That's progress.
It makes a lot of sense to do it that way. And it's like not like displaying your art before it's ready sometimes.
Well, I'm a big fan of that.
I know.
I'm a big believer in that, I should say.
Yeah. Well, what made them kind of the original like pop culture outlaw, so to speak, of like bikers and like that culture is like just doing whatever you want and just being respectful.
Oh, the outlaw lifestyle.
Yeah. And so to me, that's what Harley Davidson like really
represents.
speaks to and represents. So I really appreciate that they're not just like, because the competition of the marketplace with all the electric bikes and the like return your bike and ride a bike and whatever.
Whoa, what? Oh, all the scooters, you mean? Those electric scooters?
Yes.
Oh.
And that's what a lot of the articles were like, Harley Davidson's going to make scooters. And it's like, yeah, they kind of have, but that's not their focus. And so I just want to give huge props.
Huge props.
They're making individual choices, and I like it.
Huge props.
Huge props. Shamrock Shakes, it's this season. Okay. And I used to love, I know I'm jumping around.
No, you did. I'll go get you one. I know how much you love them, and we have to get you at least one every year, even though you have a couple sips of it, and then it dies in the freezer usually.
Here's why. I used to love them when they tasted a little bit real, and now they're all like low-fat ice cream and syrup.
Yeah.
So it's a little
synthetic, I think.
It's not as fun, but I like the idea of them. But what I really like is that it celebrates something really cool. I did not know this. It was originally made in the 70s with lemon lime sherbet, and it was not mint. It was just different. It was it had that weird citrusy thing to it, and people didn't know what to do. But it changed in '83 to like a mint green flavor color combination. But
I see, because shamrock does not imply mint. Understood. It's just green.
Yeah.
We associate mint because that's what it tastes like nowadays, but it didn't used to. That's very interesting.
So there's that, but they also used that changeover of like making it green and doing that as a promotional part of the Ronald McDonald House in Philadelphia, because the Eagles color is green. So that's where that's what I love. It makes me like them and want to buy them again.
So it actually comes from the Ronald McDonald House in Philadelphia, and they chose green because of the Eagles. Wow, that is wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So I just love that. It makes me like Shamrock Shakes again. So even if like I have a sip, it's like, okay, I got the memory. Cool.
Does anything go
Icky.
to the Ronald McDonald House from the Shamrock Shake
Yeah.
sales? Because that to me makes the difference. Like, oh, for every $3 shake, 50 cents goes towards the Ronald McDonald House.
Yeah,
or something.
they have Post-its up at the locations.
Oh,
and
but it is
stuff.
true that does happen. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Super
then
neat.
Then yes, I salute you. Go get a Shamrock Shake and help salute the Ronald McDonald House.
And yeah, it's
Housing
March.
for kids, right? And stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
like
the-
a hole-in-the-wall gang and all that.
It's basically this Philadelphia Eagles player is the one that kicked this off with the green and whatever, and he had a kid that was diagnosed with some kind of cancer, and he had the financial stability to like go in hotels and go to the best treatment, whatever.
Right.
But while they were doing that, back in the 70s, I think it was, they would encounter a ton of people that didn't have the funds to do that and just were wiped out by medical costs, and he was flabbergasted by the whole thing. It was like, there's got to be something we
So
can
that's
do.
actually what Ronald McDonald House is. It helps fund medical necessities for children.
As far as I know, it lets families stay near their kids.
Oh, interesting.
So it allows for that bonding and like
While they're in for treatment.
Yes.
Or whatever. Oh gosh, that is nice.
So
All right.
it makes me love
Thank you for telling me that.
that idea.
When I was a kid, it was a little plexiglass house on the counter next to the
Yeah.
register. You put your quarter in the chimney or whatever, and that was it.
Yeah, no one knew how to market much in the 80s. And then we went a little crazy, and now we just marketed to everything. But that's the real story behind it, and that's
It's very
super
cool, Mrs.
awesome.
Ryan. Good job.
And then lastly, okay, some people, this is super neat to me because I'm a nerd. They're finding that there's like a genetic reason that people are just fascinated by real love and what makes a good marriage and blah, blah, blah. And I'm super interested in that too because I adore you. Some days it's not always easy to figure out why you love people sometimes. And so they've been doing some studies because other people are always curious, and they're finding that there might be a biological, neurological reason. There's receptors in the brain
I
that
believe all
link
of that,
with
but-
other people.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I don't mean to poo-poo. Go ahead. I believe all of that, but I think all of those receptors are controllable, just
I
like
agree.
everything else. So it's one of those, I don't like leaning on, oh, blah, 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 you're predisposed to love and you're not. I don't like that at all. I don't agree with it.
The way I read that was that it's and the tons of it flashed tons of my previous stories of like birds that like you find your bird mate and like that's how you grow how to learn and sing. So I do think that it's modifiable by your thoughts, but I don't think it's forcible, and I think some people try to force things. So I like that there's a genetic component that people can look at.
If you're right, that's really something.
I'm right.
Oh, you are right?
I'm right. I feel confident in my being right on this one.
Wow, I don't want to poo-poo that. I don't want to say I don't agree with you, so
Oh, you don't?
I'll just say that's been what's going on.
I love you.
All right, Mrs. Ryan, that's been what's going on.
Yeah, that's it. That's what
We have no guests. I'll take a little break. More to come. Put that up. There we go. There's that. Let everyone know what show it is. It's this one. Let's see. What else we can put up here? Is this? Is that anything? Nailed it. There's this. Put this up. How about that? Carol Leifer. Yes, the Carol Leifer.
Oh my.
What about that? Will it work? There's so much stuff. Let's throw that up there, Mrs. Ryan. Whoop. What about yours? There's you. Hello.
Our guest is MIA. Our comedy booker cannot find him either.
All right, good. Well, I'm going to turn all of this stuff off then.
Okay.
We'll just wrap up the show. Well, actually, we can talk about anything else you want, but you think about it while I turn all these things off. It's not as easy as you would think of it, to turn all these things off. There it is. Holy smokes.
That was a lot.
I know. People are like, what are you doing with that desk over there? This desk does all sorts of shit.
Can I touch it? No. Always a question.
I actually don't have anything else because I'm looking forward to tomorrow, but I'm happy to talk about anything else you want.
I'm good. I just am reminded constantly how much I adore you, so I'm just going to live in that place.
I love you so much, Mrs. Ryan. How about an early day?
Okay.
And that allows us to go work on other things that we need to work on today.
Cool.
In that case, I love you very much, Mrs. Ryan. We love you very much at home. Please love one another. And we will see you tomorrow with Stephanie Curtis. Let's see. Yeah, Stephanie Curtis tomorrow. And next week, Nick Hunziker, Wayne Fetterman, Dan Brunn, and John Benton. That is going to be a hell of a week.
Yeah.
All right, love
Looking
you,
forward to it.
love you, Mrs. Ryan. Love everybody at home. See you tomorrow.
See you soon.